Alright, I just have one thing to say. Why are Florida driving people so bitter? Like, ugh. Alright, I'm gonna tell you a story. Today I went to get my driver's license test, and literally I had an 11:30 appointment. And me and my dad went, and we signed in, checked in. You need so much stuff. Like, this is our second time going because the first time we forgot my social security card. So I couldn't take my test yet, which is stupid because I have my passport and you need a social security card to have a passport. So it's like, duh. So obviously I had one, but they were like, oh yeah, you still need a new one, blah, blah, blah. So we had to make another appointment. So yeah, we had to come back the next week after that, and which is today, which is, I think it's like July 22nd. It's a Wednesday. We went again today, and I swear there are so many people there. But the funny thing is, there was like 2 or 3 people taking the driver's license test or the road test, including me. So it's like only 2 other people had taken it. And the one driving guy was literally just sitting there. He was sitting there for probably 30, 45 minutes doing nothing at all. He was just sitting there. Like, I was like, dude, you're supposed to be like taking our test and stuff. And like, I was like, seriously, I was like praying in my head. I was like, please let me get this old guy, because he was like an old guy, and I heard that he passes pretty much everybody. I was like, yes, please let me get him, blah, blah, blah. Like, I wanted him so bad. But of course, like, I had to wait 2 extra hours, and I was like, all right, whatever. Like, seriously, I really hope he's still there. So as we kept going, as we kept waiting, my dad finally said something, be like, oh yeah, we've been waiting here for about 45 minutes to an hour. And what the hell? This guy's doing a keg stand? Alright. I really need to focus. This is ridiculous. Alright. I keep looking at myself like, I need to like cover this. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, we finally got up. Blah, blah. And then I took my picture. So, that was, I guess, the first step. And then the lady's like, oh, go wait outside, and then we'll call you. And then, as I was waiting outside, my dad went in the car too. He kept the car running or something. He waited in the car. And these 2 guys come past me, like, size me and stuff. I'm like, what? What is this? Like, I'm trying to take my road test, and you're here sizing me and stuff? And then he's like, oh, yeah, are you going to write down my number? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, no. And then he's like, oh, trying to be all cool and stuff. And I'm like, bye. Like, really? I hate when guys do that. Like, why do you need to do that? Just, like, approach a girl and be like, hi. Like, you don't need to be like, yeah, shawty, blah, blah, blah. You so fine, girl. Let me get your number. Let me write down my number. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, no, this is not going to work out. So, yeah. Finally, or let me get to the point. Finally, I get to take my driving test, and the guy, he had 2 people in front of me that he was taking, and they were, oh my god, it was ridiculous. They were so bad, like, words cannot even describe how bad they were. Like, the lady, there was one lady in front of the lady that was right before me. So, 2 ladies before me. She failed the test before, so she had to take it again, and I don't know, I guess she was a bad driver to begin with, so obviously you gotta take it again. And then the lady, after the other retake lady, took her about like 2 or 3 minutes, I swear, 2 or 3 minutes to back out of the parking lot, or back out of the parking space. I was watching the time, I was like, are you serious, lady? You're just parking out, or you're just backing out of a parking spot? Like, I don't understand. What is so hard about that? So, yeah, she finally got out. And then 10 minutes later, she came back, and she had to park right next to me. And she kind of like, okay, if this is the spot right here, she kind of like parked like that. This is the car. The other is the car. She parked like sideways. She was like parked like that. Like, she's probably like this far away from my car, and I was like, girl, if you hit my car, I swear there's gonna be issues. So that was that. Then finally I got out of the car because I guess it was my turn. He was like, I just got out of the car. I was going to introduce myself. I was like, hi. I was going to go shake his hand. He's like, oh, just get in the car. And I'm like, what? I just introduced myself. I said hi. I don't even get a hi back. You are bitter. And then I knew right from the beginning I was not going to pass that test. Right from there. So, continuing on. Oh, that's light. Like every time I get too close. Alright. Continuing on. I get in the car. He gets in the car. I guess like a training person gets in the back of the car or something. And he's saying, oh yeah, I will not do anything illegal. Like, I won't do anything, make you do anything illegal. Blah, blah, blah. My name is, nice to meet you. And I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. And then I say a comment. I was like, oh, that lady did a nice job over there parking. And the lady in the back, she's nice. She laughed about it. And the guy was like, oh, let's not worry about that. Like, come on, take a joke. Like, I'm trying to lighten things up. I see you're in a bad mood. You're shaking your head the whole time you're taking the other girl's test. So it's like, come on, I'm trying to, like, lighten up the mood or not. And, yeah. So I back out of the parking spot after I do, like, the whole signs test or whatever. And he's like, oh, drive up to the stop sign. So I drive up to the stop sign. I look both ways. You know, you have to look 3 seconds, look left, look right, look both ways 2 times before you go. And then as you're going, like if you're turning left, you turn your head right and left. Yeah, you turn your head right just in case there's like a car coming or something, because you never know like what could come or not. So, and then he drives me to the back, I drive myself to the back of the parking lot, and there's a bunch of like potholes or like tiny little hills and stuff. It's like pretty much my car is like going like that, and I'm like, alright, well, this is getting annoying. Like, it's been like this for about 10 seconds now. So I kind of just like curve around it, and then obviously he was like shaking his head, blah blah blah, and then he's like, oh, okay, just go back. And I'm like, you didn't even like let me do any of the parking or the 3-point turn, the backing up. And he's like, just completely ignoring me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. So I go back, and he's like, just park in any spot right there. I need to talk to you. Okay. So I park, I get out, and then he talks to my dad, and he's like, well, she rolled right through 3 stop signs, and then she wasn't on the right side of the road. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, really? Like, how are you going to lie right now? Just because you are crabby, you need to lie so I have to retake a test that I deserve to pass. That's what pissed me off the most. I didn't even get to take my test. Is what pissed me off even more. Like, come on. I hate is that. So, next Monday, I have to go again, and if I get that stupid driving instructor one more time, I'm gonna lose it.